It's a Northwest lifestyle weekend on Como News. This is IRG's Health Talk. Back to Tom Hutler and Shannon O'Kelley.
We're back with our next segment and our first guests, Tim Rose, founder of Camp Korey, the safe haven for families dealing with childhood illness and serious medical conditions, along with Christa Pugh, director of Philanthropy. Camp Korey has come into kind of vogue the last few years, Shannon. It's really become a great family salvation for a lot of families.
Tom, this is an amazing place. Just imagine a child and a family, parents that are just constantly dealing with medical issues and being able to go to camp and just kind of have that release and just be having fun and just being a kid at camp. I mean, you went to camp, I went to camp. It was probably the best week of your life during those summer camps. You know, this is what that's all about.
All right. Here is Shannon with Tim Rose and Christa Pugh.
Tim and Christa, welcome. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you so much for having us, Shannon.
Very good. Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, I'm so excited you're here. I've got to tell our listeners, I've had an opportunity twice now, 2 years in a row, to play at the Camp Korey golf tournament. And I am so impressed with Camp Korey and the mission. And I'll tell you why, is because I went to graduate school at Children's Hospital in Los Angeles, and I personally saw parents with severe children with medical issues and the strain, the stress, the worry, and you're there to change lives. But tell us about Camp Korey. Tell us about the genesis, how it started. Maybe, Tim, you could start up with that and give our listeners an idea. What is Camp Korey?
Well, clearly Camp Korey, it was named after my son, Korey Rose. He was 16 years old when he was diagnosed with osteosarcoma, bone cancer of his left femur bone. Like you said, we spent about 2 years at Children's Hospital. He went through chemotherapy, had his leg amputated after the first year, was diagnosed as pretty clean, but then on his 1 year checkup came back and it had metastasized to other parts of his body. But you're right, spending that 2 years at Children's Hospital, we were there almost every day between his operations and treatments. And what inspired me was exactly that, what the kids go through and what the parents go through and the entire family goes through. The highlight of the day for some of those kids was riding around on an IV pole throughout the hospital. That was the most fun they had throughout the whole day. And so I was just inspired by that. And when Korey passed away, I had been associated with Paul Newman and his SeriousFun camps that he had started in the late 70s, and decided that I was going to bring a SeriousFun camp, a camp for seriously ill children, to the Pacific Northwest.
Tell us about that. What's the week or the day in the life at Camp Korey?
Well, that's exactly correct. And that was Paul Newman's vision of starting the camps. The kids spend the whole week, the month, the year at the hospital, going through treatments, going through chemotherapy, being poked and prodded by doctors, doing, everything that kids hate. Paul's vision was to give these kids a place to, as he put it, raise hell and have a little fun.
There you go.
That's exactly what we try to do. The kids, it's 100% free to the kids and their families. They pay nothing to come to Camp Korey. And it's a week-long program. They usually arrive on Monday and leave on Friday. And it is filled with games, archery, fishing, arts and crafts, everything that a kid wants to do during the week to have fun.
It sounds like a great place. Sounds like it's a place I need to go to and just experience. And Christa, tell us about the volunteerism. That's what I was amazed with. I mean, this golf tournament during these COVID times and the turnout and the support you have. And I bet you the volunteers get more out of it sometime than the kids do just going there and helping. Tell us about the volunteer opportunities.
You're absolutely right, Shannon. To see all the volunteers that come to us to help, whether it is come to resident camp during the summer, to participate and help with the camp, whether that's in the kitchen or making sure we have clean cabins after the morning. We have opportunities for families to participate from home and build camper boxes. During COVID, as you can imagine, things look much different this summer. As we were unable to have resident camp, we were able to send camper boxes to our campers directly to their homes, so they would have a week of camp, virtual camp for them.
Back with Shannon, Tim Rose, Christa Pugh right after this time out on Como.
It's a Northwest Lifestyle Weekend on Como News. IRG's Health Talk continues.
We continue our conversation with Camp Korey's founder, Tim Rose, and Philanthropy Director, Christa Pugh with Shannon O'Kelley.
Tim and Christa, again, thank you for your time. And more importantly, thank you, Tim, for your efforts and your passion. I mean, I can't even imagine kind of what it must be like to lose a child, but you've experienced that and you've done something with it and you're making a change. People out there are probably saying, how do I get involved? This is a fantastic organization. I can tell you truly from personal experience, to see these folks and see what they do with kids' lives is amazing. And if you want to get involved, let's talk about how you can get involved, what the future looks like. We need more Camp Koreys, particularly in today's world.
You're absolutely right, Shannon. As you know, we're celebrating our 15-year anniversary this year. And since our founding, we have served over 31,000 campers. And there are many ways to engage with Camp Korey. We have our community engagement events that happen throughout the year. And as Shannon was mentioning, we had our golf tournament this spring. We have our upcoming Grow auction. It's our annual event. Historically at camp, this year looks a bit different. We'll be 100% virtual. I encourage your listeners to register for our auction. Visit campkorey.org to register, to learn more about opportunities and how you can engage. As we mentioned earlier, there's another way to participate with and engage with Camp Korey, and that's through volunteerism. And then, of course, there's always the direct support of a gift that brings free programming to our seriously ill children.
So there's opportunities to volunteer. It's activities going on yearly, all year round?
We have year-round programming.
And the camps are in the summertime mostly?
You are correct.
In the wintertime, though, you have activities. Tell us about some of those activities for the kids during the wintertime.
Well, we have family weekends, after the kids go back to school. During the fall and the spring, it is meant for the families to get involved. We allow mom, dad, brother, sister, grandma, grandpa. It's not just the child going through this illness. The entire family is disrupted. So this gives the family weekends, give them an opportunity to get out there, see what their campers are experiencing during the summer, to meet other people in situations just like them, to form bonds with other families that are going through what they go through. So those weekends are very special for us and very special for the families that are involved.
Can you tell us some testimonials? I mean, what do people say? What do parents and what do kids say?
One of the ones that really stands out in my mind is a mother and father who brought their son to camp for a week. And she spoke at one of our events and said, my husband and I have not been alone for 15 years. Mm-hmm. The kids are sick. They're going through treatments. They're going to the hospital. We dropped our son off at camp that first day. We went and checked in at the hotel. And then we said, what do we do now? And they went to dinner. They went to a movie. And they did that 5 nights in a row. And she said, we had never been able to have that opportunity to be alone.
Well, okay, Tim and Christa, thank you for your time. And I got to say congratulations on changing lives. And that's what, again, we need more in this world. People like yourselves that are willing to put forth the effort and change lives. Thank you so much. And thank you to Camp Korey. And next year, I'm going to play better golf.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, that has been Tim Rose, founder of Camp Korey, that safe haven for families dealing with childhood illness and serious medical conditions, along with Christa Pugh, the director of Philanthropy. And you can help with this amazing organization and get more information. And it's all on their website. And boy, this has done a lot for families in the Puget Sound. Our next guest coming up next after we take this time out on Como.